Hello everyone. In this video, I would like to give an examples of using computation layer for creating Desmos activity. And you can follow my links below this video to find this activity based on the workshop that I've done in January. And within this video, I would like to talk about the first three screens in this activity. So we can click on this to see a preview and try to see what it will do here. And in this first three screens, I would like the student to enter some coordinates in the table, and which will be shown in the graph area here. For example, if I press 1, 2, here 3, 4, okay, 5, 6, for example, and you will see 3 points corresponding to these X and Y coordinate. Okay, and so basically we can connect components within the screen. So this is the table component and this is a graph component, right? But they are connected through the use of the computation layer. And moreover, the content in the screen can also be carried on to the other screen. So in the next screen, you can see the 3 dots are also here as well. Okay. So actually, this activity originally assumed the students go to the next screen to have a look of this battleship, and then come back to the first screen to guess where the points will be if they try to target at the ship. And so that's why I try to connect the 2 screens together. And furthermore, you can also go to the third screen and where the table values can also be further adjusted. So you can see that in the second and the first screen, the table values is based on the first one that I have inputted as a student. Okay, so that means the tables here are also connected as well. All right, so let's see how we can do it this way. And if you're interested in this example, you can simply click on an edit button or maybe copy and edit. Then you have a new version of my activity. And then you can go on to edit it and see what is included inside the screen. So the first 3 screens are those I have just shown you. Let's get a quick review of what they are. Okay, in the first screen here, now we're in the editing mode. You can see the components of a graph and also the components of a table. Okay, and these are 2 connected through the use of the computation layer. You can click the script icon in each component to access the computation layer. Okay, so if you click inside, then you will see that there are some script or code written here referring to the connection between the graph and the table in this screen. Okay, and within the screen, you can also see what is some basic elements enter here as well. So let's see how it works. Now I'm going to add a new screen. So this is a blank one to demonstrate what I have done in the first 3 screens. So in this blank new screen, now first of all, I like to have a geometry component. So I can click here and then add a geometry component. You can do the same with the graph component, okay? But I try to make use of the geometry components in this case. Okay, and within it, now you can find that you have a graph paper, you have area for entering some points. For example, if you add a point here, then it will be shown on the screen, but you don't see the axis. So you can add on the axis and then this will be displayed clearly. And if you don't want to leave these tools, okay, when you exit the screen, so then you will try to decide whether the tools will be shown there. Okay, I will click none. Therefore, the tools will not be shown to the students. Okay, when I leave this editing mode. Okay, let's see how it works. Now, next one, I will add a notes there to give some instruction. Okay, go to the next screen to check the battleship. Okay, something like this. So this is the instruction you put on the screen. And also, you will have a table. Okay, so I will give a table here as well. So this table will contain the X coordinate and the Y coordinate input by the student. and we assume that there will be 3 rows there. Okay, let's take a preview. Then now you can find that here in this screen we have a table and a graph. The graph is actually coming from the geometry component. All right. They are not connected yet. All right. Let's go on to try to connect these 2 components using the computation layer or the script. All right. First of all, you have to give a name to this component. All right. So maybe I call it A1 because I have table A originally in this set of material. So I name this as table A1. And here I will name it as graph A1. Okay. So each component should have a unique label. All right. And so that you can easily refer to any one you like when you write the script. All right. So remember this table is now called table A1. And for the graph A1 here, and we can now click the icon. So we can click the script icon, and inside now this script area, you can write down the script. We want to actually create a list, okay, a number list, which is called A. Now this will appear in the graph later, okay, and this number list is based on the table value, all right, in the table A1. A1. So you can see the list here. The table A1 is already a set up component in the same script. So based on this one, you can use the cell column values. Okay, so we choose column numeric values of the first column. Okay. Right. So if you wonder how you find the script, you can check the documentation area here. And so you can see actually we are using this number list script inside the components of the graph or geometry in order to store some value extracted from the table. So similarly, we can create another list again. So this number list, we'll call it B, also coming from the table A1. Okay. And within the table A1, we choose the column 2. Okay. So numbers in the column 2 of the table A1 will become a list B in this graphing area. Okay. All right. Now then, how can we graph the point? So we go back to the graphing area. And actually, you have to really set up a dummy. So I just quickly enter 3 point as a list, 3 value as a list, and call it A and B. Now this is a kind of dummy here, although I create a list, all right? But actual values of the list will depend on the table because of the script that we have provided there. So now we further go on to how to make use of this list to create a point. So the next one is to create a set of points based on A and B. Okay, so now this is this look like a coordinate. So if you replace it with 1 and 2, for example, then it will just be a point. But if you make the x coordinate A because A is a list. Okay, so now it looks like 3 points, well, with different x coordinate based on the list value in A. Similarly, if you also make the y coordinate a list as well, then these two are depending on A and B. Okay. Now, once again, all these are only temporary because it's a sort of dummy here. And when you go back to the component window, and here when you check the script again, remember we have already set the A and B and being the number extracted from the table. So in the actual setting, so now you go to preview, you find that the list originally in the graph area is not shown. In fact, it is really something that you may create from the table. So if you create something from the table, then you will see the value, these 3 points based on the table value, because we have linked up the table and the graph area. Okay, now this is what we will get. from the first screen based on this table A1 and the graph A1. Now, once we have this, we go to the next screen, and here we just simply duplicate the screen. And in here, we will put a picture of the battleship. Okay. So now, because we have already created a duplicate screen, so you have to rename these two components. I call it graph A2 and table A2. Okay. And here, in the graphing window or the geometry window, we would like to add a battleship here. So where's the battleship? Well, I just find some picture from the web. I just Google it, and then I create this image and drop it here in this area. Then you'll find that there will be a picture, okay, added to the window, to the graphing area. And if you click on this added image, then you'll find that you can move it around, okay, or you can also make it smaller or bigger, okay, just like this one, okay. And if you're happy with the picture, then you can go out and then see how it looks like in the preview mode. So in the preview mode, you can see the ship, okay, but not the points. And go back to the graphing area, you further added the ship here. For example, you can change the angle so that you can actually make it a bit, looks like being rotated. And the center of the ship is also specified here, okay? So you can fine tune the center here. And to, at the same time, okay, I click the home. Oh, there's no home button, but I think the area is the same. All right, and so maybe you can now take away the, you can leave the axis, but not the number, but you don't show the screen, okay? So the second page will be something like this, okay? Right. Okay, now, but this is the second page. It's not connected to the previous page. And so you can go on to check the script here. Let's see. Now, in this case, because of the script, it is also connected to the first page tables as well. Okay, so we can keep this, all right? That means once you go back to the previous page, and then you enter some point, okay, there we have only 1 point. It is also shown in the next page, okay? All right, now next thing we're going to do will be to collect the table as well. In the table A2, all right, there's nothing enter here. Okay, now we are going to specify the content of A2. Now this time, we have to enter the script for each cell in the table. So, and we use this one, okay, to specify the cell content. So 1 here means the first row and first column. Okay, this is the first cell in the table, and it is a value coming from the table A1 in the previous page. Okay, so you also click, okay, check it, 1 cell value from the table A1. Now, so in this table, now you can see that the content is being divided by the script. That's why you cannot enter anything here. And let's check. Let's go back to the preview. If you enter 1, 2 here, okay, this is a point in the first screen. And the next page, you can see the point, and you can see the values of 1 copy from the previous table, but the rest is still are still empty. Okay, so you can do the same by copying this line and then repeat it for different cells. So this is something like what we have in my example. If I go back to my example, then you can see all these cells are filled in the computation layer. And simply because these are now, okay, all these lines are filled. Okay. So you can check this one. And the next one, you will see that it's basically the same, but I changed the table values to initial cell content. Okay, so if you click the icon here, this is now not the cell content, but initial cell content, which is another command that you can find here. Okay, the major difference is that in the first screen, the numbers can be changed by the student. Okay, this is originally copied from the first screen, the table A. Okay, but now in this screen, and you can find that the student can edit this value in order to fix the point directly on this on the screen. Okay, that's why it's called initial cell content. It just copy the value there. However, it can be changed by the user later on. Okay, so this is the way I connect the three screen, and I briefly demonstrate here with two edit screen. Okay, in this video. So you can have a try, see whether you can create the same thing, and also try to bring the connection between the different components in the screen, just like what I have done in this example. Okay, now I may show you more example in the coming video to talk about the other screens in my activity. Okay, so maybe see you in another video.